To import into Canvas, click on Settings, then find the button that says Import Course Content. From the drop-down menu, select Blackboard 6789 Export Zip File. Next to Source, click Browse, then find the file you exported in the previous step. Ignore the menu about question banks. Next to Content, click either All Content or Select Specific Content. I'm of the opinion that most courses would benefit from being selective about what you import. To show you why I think that, I'm going to demonstrate what happens when we just select all and import everything. Click Import to start the process. It takes a few minutes to run, and when it's done, we can go explore the course. Remember, this is with the option of Select All, which I do not usually recommend. First, you'll notice that the import does not specify a landing page for the home page. It defaults to forwarding to the modules page. In most courses, you will probably want some kind of landing page to guide students in getting started. But let's look at this module page while we're here. You'll notice that there are duplicates of everything. The module title also has a heading with the same name, which is unnecessary, so the first job might be to go through and delete all your duplicates. The next thing, as you see, each of the links in the Blackboard navigation menu becomes a separate module in Canvas. This is a bit problematic because these links were mostly meant to be supplemental reference materials for the students. They aren't actually modules in the sense that they are part of the flow of lessons in the course. So if students go to the modules page to work on their next lesson, they'll have to scroll down to skip all of these things they've already read, and so on. And that's not the end of the world, but you might prefer to organize your course a little more efficiently. Also notice all subfolders in Canvas get extracted out to become their own module. So for example, in Blackboard we had Hinduism folder, and part 1 was nested within Hinduism, and then inside of that folder there was also a quizzes folder. Now in Canvas, each of these folders became their own module. Hinduism is a module, part 1 is a different module, and quizzes is a different module. That's probably not ideal either because they were all meant to go together. So you'll need to do a bit of reorganizing. Also notice, let's look at a page here in Blackboard. You see several items here detailing to students what to do first, second, and so on. While in Canvas, each of these items becomes a whole page of its own. So we have a page that just says Read Malloy Chapter 3. In Blackboard, it was all meant to be viewed on the same page, but in Canvas, each of these subsections of the page became their own page. So you might end up doing a lot of copying and pasting to get things all back onto the same single page again. While if you're going to be copying and pasting anyway, you may as well just have Blackboard open in one tab to copy from and Canvas in another tab to paste into. If you import all these pages into Canvas, you'll have to delete all the extraneous ones after you do your copy pasting, which adds extra steps. Another thing to look at is the assignments page. Canvas has the ability to put assignments into assignment groups to allow for sorting by type and to allow for weighting your grade structure. Well, you'll see some of these assignments are fine, but one artifact of the import process is that it creates all of these phantom assignment groups like survey, total, weighted total, blog, journal, and so on. You'll need to go through and delete all of these most likely because you won't need groups with those names. So I mentioned that I suggest being selective about what you import. The process for that is similar. You go back to Settings, then Import Course Content, Blackboard 6789, find your zip file, and this time, instead of all content, choose Select Specific Content. Then wait for it to run, and when it's done, you'll see a button here that says Select Content. This will bring up a menu of everything in the zip file sorted by type, as far as Canvas recognizes. So you can expand the Modules tab to see what's there, and choose only those items. My recommendation is usually to start from scratch with the modules for various reasons, including the copy-paste thing I mentioned earlier. But you may find that it's more useful to import what you already have. It really depends on the course. Then on assignments, you'll see all of those phantom groups, but you'll also see your actual paper assignments from your course, so you can select just those. Quizzes don't usually have any phantom issues or problems, so you can just select all and bring those in. You'll see that Canvas creates a duplicate quiz pool for each of your quizzes. If you don't have quiz pools in Blackboard, but you see a bunch of quiz pools here in this import page, it's because Canvas for some reason duplicates your quizzes into quiz pools. You only have to bring in the quizzes if you're not using pools in Blackboard. Discussions usually come over pretty well. Your pages, if you recall, these come from the items in Blackboard that were actually subsections of a larger page. So again, I usually recommend not importing pages and starting from scratch by copy-pasting, but your course may vary. And finally, files. These do not usually cause any problems copying over, so I recommend importing all your files. And that's the basic process of importing.